Okay, we are live, Radio Ralph friends. Radio Ralph here, joined by Appalachian Hunter for our next
They'll tell you guys tell us. We're ready to go.
That'll work.
They can't hear us right now.
Yeah, they can.
I can hear you.
I was talking about DoorDash liquor.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. You guys are my kind of people.
We can't hear Ralphie.
Yeah, we can't hear old Ralph again.
You got me? You got me? How's that? We're doing it now?
Ralph, they say they can't hear you, Ralph. I don't know. I'm going to have to translate. Ralph barely talks, so I don't know what we're going to do.
Got me now?
It's all right. I'm going to break him out of eggshell. He's going to talk tonight.
All right. Y'all don't have me. Y'all don't have me. Okay. Well,
Oh, crap.
y'all roll with JC and I'll figure my end out.
If anything, I can go on.
JC, translate for me.
I'm going to translate for you, Ralph. They're still setting up. I believe, Ralph, to let you know what they're doing. They're still kind of getting live on their end, I think. They're figuring out a few things to get live on their end, I think.
Apparently, we don't meet criteria.
We're having fun.
All right. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and go with it. With that being said, we cannot hear you yet again.
What? So, guys, Ralph is going to figure his shit out. We're talking, you and me.
Yeah.
We're the Bigfoot hunters from Appalachia. So let's meet you guys. Who are we talking to?
All right. My name's Isaac. I'm one of the trackers, the camera. Well, obviously the camera guy. So you don't really see, per se, a lot of me. Andy, he's our senior tracker, I guess you could say. He's the one out there just constantly doing research. Me, I'm just hiding back. And then you have Scotty. He's the one whenever crap hits the fan, he's there to make sure we're A-okay.
Now, let's just so people have a good idea of geography, because despite the fact that we live in the great big United States of America, most people don't know a lot of things on the map. So if I'm going to talk to the Appalachian Bigfoot hunters, where do we find you guys at this evening? Where are you guys at?
All right. So virtually, if you get there and you look at the Tennessee on the map, virtually you see the finger in Tennessee, the tip of Tennessee.
Okay.
We're located in between the North Carolina and the Virginia line. We're virtually about 30 minutes from North Carolina, about 45, give or take, from Virginia.
This is like Civil War battle. This is like Civil War battlefield country. This is like a big part of America.
Exactly. With that being said, aside from that, we've got mountains that you wouldn't believe. Aside from that, we aren't flatland. We aren't anything of that nature. We are more of a mountainous area.
One of the things I want to ask you is, you guys are young guys. You guys are leading kind of a big part of the Bigfoot hunting going on in this country right now. There's not as many people in Bigfoot as used to be in Bigfoot. I just recently, last couple weeks ago, talked to the mayor of Falk, Arkansas, Terry Purvis. He's a mayor of a Bigfoot town. And I told him, I said I was Bigfoot curious. I'm getting very Bigfoot curious, because when I look around, guys, most of the things that the world tells me to believe in seems like nonsense. And then the things they tell me not to believe in kind of seem true, kind of, right? Like I'm starting to realize all the shit I was told was bullshit is kind of true. And all the shit I was told was true is kind of lies. So I'm very Bigfoot curious. So please tell me, how did you guys get into this, and what have you guys seen? Like I'm going to go on my first Bigfoot hunt a month from now. You guys are going to Bigfoot hunt tomorrow or this weekend? Like what is going on?
Yeah. Well, me personally, I started believing in Bigfoot when I was probably 8-9 years old, probably.
Okay.
All started one day. Around here, you don't have to worry about your kids getting kidnapped, really, stuff like that as much back when we was younger. So we could go wherever we wanted to. So me and a buddy, we have a lake called the Watauga Dam, Watauga River, that runs close to my house. We were sitting there fishing one day. There's this big waterfall that comes off the side of the mountain. And all of a sudden, you just hear this loud roar going on. And I
What?
thought, what world is going? I thought it maybe a mountain lion or a
So did it sound almost, if I were to say the word caterwaul, would it sound like a caterwaul? Would that be a good word for it?
a what? A cattle what?
Like a caterwaul, like a caterwaul, like the sound of a caterwaul.
Oh,
Like cows move.
oh, no, it sounds more like a, almost like a mixture between like a gorilla screaming and a bear making a low guttering sound almost.
Wow. And so you heard it. You heard it.
Yeah, I heard it. And so when we heard the sound, we looked up on top of the hill there, and there stood this black figure. It's probably 8-9 foot tall, and about that time, a rock probably the size of probably about a couple of these chairs right here.
Okay.
Just came flying over the cliff to the water, or the cliff, and it lands probably 20 yards away from us into the river.
Now, how old did you say you were? You're like 8 or 9?
Yeah, I was about 8 or 9 is when I first started getting into Bigfoot and believing in Bigfoot.
And you said, and I want to make sure I get everybody's names right. You're Andy, right, Andy?
Yeah, I'm Andy. I'm the one that started the team. We, Scotty here, I don't know if you can see him real well.
Yeah, Scotty's over there. I saw Scotty, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm right there, yep.
He gets you out of the shit. When you guys get in the shit, Scotty gets you out of the shit. Yeah.
Yeah, he's our security. He was in the Army for 6 years. And we grew up in the woods our whole life, so we pretty much know all the areas and everything. And but back to what I was referring to, he wasn't a believer. He always, laughed and made jokes with me until we started doing this, and he's slowly seen what we've seen and starting to believe.
So let's do that, because Scotty would be a good guy for me to talk to. Scotty's a guy who went from being a believer to not believer to a believer. So
Yep.
Scotty, if you didn't, unlike Andy, who experiences young, you're in the military. You served our country. What was your MOS, if you don't mind me asking? In what branch?
19 kilo. I was in the Army.
In the Army. And did you end up doing any tours of duty for us? You serve overseas in any conflicts?
I didn't do no tours. I was in the Czech Republic for 6 months. I think that's the closest thing I came to it. So.
Czech Republic. Okay, but you served in our military. You're a veteran, and you once did not believe in Bigfoot, but now you're starting to believe in Bigfoot.
Yeah, it's more or less the going out with him, and really starting this page up and kind of getting out there and experience some of the stuff that's really kind of, and some of the stuff we've seen is just it's kind of hard to not what I mean, to just I don't know how to explain it.
Well, so like if you were because I'm telling you, I'm a guy I'm going to go on my first hunt next month in Falk, because it's about 4.5 hours away from me, so I can get the Falk, and I'm going to take my dad with me. Me and my dad are going to go Bigfoot hunting, and I'm really excited to do it. And when I talked to the mayor of Falk, Arkansas, he really told me that once you see things like a footprint, or you see things like you talk to people who've had experiences with it, he says it becomes kind of undeniable in a sense that there are things that are beyond explanation even in our United States of America. And so as you're seeing some of these things and experiencing these things, even though it's hard to explain, what's a moment or a piece of evidence or a story or something that made you second guess your own beliefs at some point?
I guess it would just really have to be this last video when we were out, and it was more or less just hearing all the stuff, and it's kind of hard not to believe when it's right there in front of you,
And you also got to think, just not even just that.
Yeah.
He was getting there per se injured, don't remember nothing.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, we've got a part 2 came out.
What?
So we had a part 2 to our last video.
Yeah.
With that being said, Scotty actually got injured. We
Wow.
lost Scotty. He went off. As crazy as it sounds, he went off by himself. Went off to go.
I tried.
Use the bathroom. With that being said,
Same, Ralph.
Yeah.
Okay, Jason, just reconnect, and we'll figure it out.
All right.
all right, Ralph, you're gonna have to join in on this conversation.
All right, let me jump in real quick. You got me, guys? All right. We're good? We're good? No?
We ain't got JC back in yet.
Okay, well. So did y'all catch the movie Harry and the Hendersons?
Yeah, I've seen it.
What did you think about that? What did you think about it? It's pretty. We're thinking about trying to reach out to John Lithgow and see.
Ralph.
Okay,
Hey,
we're back.
Can they hear me now, Ralph?
All right, JC, can we hear you?
Shit, you guys can hear Ralph and me? This is really working now.
heck yeah,
All
we're
right.
working along.
We get, by the way, I leave Ralph alone for 5 seconds. The son of a bitch panic starts talking about Harry and the Hendersons. Ralph, stop. What the fuck are you doing? Hey, this is where we were at because I got to build the suspense again. Because where we were before, I didn't forget because I'm paying attention to Bigfoot hunters because this is the shit I'm interested in. Where we left the story, Scott was telling Scott had wandered into the damn woods by himself. And
Yeah, with that being said, he'd wandered into the woods himself. And with that being said, old Scotty got there and he disappeared on us. We didn't know what happened to him. And we got there and ended up, you can look at our channel, we ended up getting there and actually doing a part 2 on it. And we actually found him located a few miles away. He's drug off. We don't know what honestly happened to him. It was just one of those things. He just up and disappeared, and we was like, "Oh."
Now let's hey guys. By the way, if we're prepping for a Bigfoot hunt, do we like drinking on a Bigfoot hunt? Do we like having a good time? Are we doing a little gummies? Like, are we very sober? What's a big? Because when I go hunting occasionally, and I've done deer hunting, it's not like the most. If I'm just being honest with you guys, here in Texas, little nighttime deer hunting occasionally happens, and it's not like it's the most sober affair. That's all I'm saying, dude. So I'm not trying to out you guys, but like, what is a Bigfoot hunt like from that aspect? Like, explain to me how to get ready for a Bigfoot hunt.
Well, how we do it and everything is we look for basically eyewitnesses.
Okay.
And, to give us stories, stuff they've seen, stuff they've heard, and we try to make it where the stories are very consistent and not like 2 months ago or a year ago. We try to keep it like in the last 2 to 3 weeks at least. And after we find the story credible and everything, we will
plan our
trip. Video number 1, the witness we had there.
Yeah, on our first video, we had a guy named Gene Norris and tell us about his encounter. So we found it very credibly, and we went out. We have a place called the Blue Hole where we live. A lot of old timers will call this thing a woolly booger. Is what they call it. And so we went after the
keep
woolly
in mind,
booger.
that is the Appalachian culture. They do not know what to explain the anonymous, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So in the Appalachian culture, the same way it's been called a Yeti or a Bigfoot, or I've even heard skunk ape, it's also been called a woolly booger.
We heard it called a woolly burger. What's the other one they've called it? We just went for it last weekend.
It was called the Beast of Gum Hill. Was last week.
Shit, that sounds like I want to. By the way, so guys, I swear to God, and I don't know if you think this.
That one.
It's all about our trip in 2 weeks for.
Well, before that, we what we really is we like to do a daytime investigation. We go out and try to find tracks. Especially a big thing with Bigfoot is they're so tall and the shoulders are so broad. they will break limbs that are above your head. So you've got to keep always looking above your head.
Wait, when you
especially-
say break winds, are you talking about farting, or what are you like? Are you talking about
no,
Bigfoot
break
farts?
limbs.
Oh, break
Tree
limbs,
like
break
tree
limbs. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought break
I'm sure
winds.
they like to fart too.
Well, I don't want to be downwind from a woolly booger fart. I'm telling you that right now.
No,
That might have been what happened.
You get there and you get curious.
That might have been what happened to Scotty. That might have been what happened to Scotty last weekend. That might have been it.
I might have got gassed out.
But you also look for trails. Bigfoot will leave. You know how a deer will leave a little pathway. Pathways we're talking are like 2 and 3 feet wide. Like you don't want no trail that's just going through there. You want.
I'll be right back.
You want a couple of feet how wide a shoulder is, and like the first part of last week's video, we actually found a tree structure, which is what Bigfoot would build to live in, and what we found so far is when we went after the Beast of Gum Hill, we actually heard what they call the Midnight Whistler. And the Midnight Whistler almost sound. You ever heard what an elk sounds like when they bugle?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That's what they sound like a lot. A lot of people do not believe in these Bigfoots. They think they're just elk in the woods. But we was in Virginia. There's no elk in Virginia. I mean,
Yeah.
I say there's no elk in Virginia. There is elk in Virginia, but not in the part that we was in. There's no elk that's been migrated to that.
And it sounded just like that.
Yeah, they sound just like that.
Unbelievable. And so, what's the closest you've come to? Because the dream is for anybody in the Bigfoot hunting game, the dream is to bag a Bigfoot. That's what we all like to do is bag a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Now, how close have you come to bagging one? Do you think?
See, we take our motto after. They used to be called.
It's one of them things you get so close, but yet you get so far away. Because it's one of them things you still think you're out there chasing a mythical creature.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, you're just sitting there getting there thinking, well, is this going to be a real thing or is it going to be, a bear? Is it going to be whatever the case may be? But on the end of the day, you never know. It's the wilderness. I mean,
we really don't. We say hunt. When we say hunt, we mean to prove that he exists in the Appalachians.
So here's a question. Here's the question, because I might be misinterpreting. I kept thinking I was going to bag one. I've been planning on bagging one this summer. Is that is that unethical in the Bigfoot community to want to bag
So
one?
if you shoot one, let me see it, bud.
Yeah,
it's never guaranteed.
I need you to bring that thing to me.
It's never guaranteed, and you'll be the richest man on earth.
My goal, I'm just asking ethics. I'm just asking ethically, is it wrong for my idea of hunting a Bigfoot is I'm going to bag one, I'm going to put it on the front of my 78 Dodge Ram Charger, I'm going to throw it on the bar top of the Elks Lodge, I'm going to say, look, boys, I done bagged me a Squatch. I'm going to bag a fucking Squatch. Should I not be actually...
Well,
hunting them?
share the money off that crap because we all gonna get a bitch off his.
You don't have any actual footage?
Yeah, but how we do it is there is a group. They used to be on TV. They was called Mountain Monsters.
Okay.
And now they are called on YouTube Sons of Appalachia. I watched these guys growing up. My whole. We kind of took our motto after them. We don't shoot unless if we're in feel threatened or if it's like right on top of us.
Well, now I'm going to have to rethink. Now I'm going to have to rethink like ethical. I think I might be like a bad guy from Fern Gully now. I might be like one of these unethical like poachers or something. I can't be doing that. I got to rethink my Bigfoot approach. Maybe I should be more like you
if
guys.
something happens, it happens. But we just want to basically prove that he exists to the non-believers, I guess you could say. We ain't there to try to kill anything or anything like that. But I am a Christian, so I believe in the Bible. So in the Bible, it states they was dragons at one point. I mean, it's been proven that there's dragons. So why could there not be a Bigfoot?
So wait, okay, two things, which is one, I grew up well, I'll tell you, because I grew up Bible. I grew up what they call, you guys have in Appalachia, you guys have something called the Church of Christ. Do you guys have that?
Yeah.
I grew up Church of Christ. Now, do you know anything about the Church of Christ?
I do not. I was a Free Will Baptist.
Free will. Well, by the way, Church of Christ and the Baptists don't always get along because you guys play pianos occasionally or guitars in the church, and us Church of Christ people, we think that is a holy abomination unto the Lord, I think. And so my point is, because I don't believe that, but my point is having grown up in that, I remember the Leviathan, which I believe is in the book of Isaiah, but I don't remember the dragon. I remember the Leviathan. Where's the dragon at?
To be honest, I ain't gonna sit here and act. Well, I know the.
Could it be in Revelation? Could the dragon be? It's possible the dragon's in Revelation. Possible, maybe.
Do you know what mentions the dragon in the Bible?
I'm not familiar.
Look it up on your phone to see if you can. I do.
It's got to be Revelation. It's got to be Revelation. Anyway, I agree with you, though. What I agree with you is this. I believe that God has created such fascinating living creatures on this earth. And as much as we want to, I wonder if this is a hot take. Let's see if the Appalachian Bigfoot hunters agree. I think we should do a lot less space exploration and a lot more deep sea exploration. Like, let's find out what's going on at the bottom of the ocean before we go to Mars. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
The thing about it is there's so much of the ocean that's unexplored.
Yes.
I mean, that's one of them things that will we ever know? Yeah, maybe 5, 10, 15 years from now, possibly. They're doing deep earth scans and things of that nature, but does that really get past the water?
Yeah.
Well, and there's something I think they call the Marianas Trench, which I don't think they've ever been to the bottom of. I don't think they've ever been to the bottom of it. And I go...
I don't remember. And by the way, you was correct. It is Revelations 12.
Yeah, and it also talks about it in Psalm about a sea monster.
Yeah, that's the Leviathan.
Yeah.
I remember that the Leviathan. Yeah.
I actually watched a video a couple of days ago talking about exploring the sea, and that's how before NASA became the space station, before it came to going to the moon, NASA was actually meant to explore the ocean. And apparently, from what the video was explaining, something happened in the time period of them going to getting so far in the ocean. Something scared them so bad that they switched up everything and started
This is the thing. This is why I talk about Bigfoot, because I think Bigfoot's a unique to North America thing. But if you look at the Bible, and you look at Afghanistan, they literally talk about the Afghanistan giants, the Nephilim, as they're called in the Bible. Literally, there's Scott, who's in the military, has probably heard of this. When we were serving in Afghanistan doing tours of duty, they were fighting off giants in caves. Some people believe that the weapon of mass destruction we went to stop in Iraq was not a weapon of mass destruction, i.e. a nuke, but was a giant that we went to slay.
Yeah, it's the funny thing about Afghanistan. They've came close a couple times to having a nuke, but they've never had nukes in their possession. They've never had anything amounted to North Korea or Russia or the United States.
But you don't need a nuke when you have heroin fields and giants that live in your country. What do you need? You have giants that live there.
Yeah, the Nephilims was the fallen angels. Well, some people believe they was the fallen angels, which was in the book of. It ain't even in the Bible.
Oh, well, you might be getting into the Book of Enoch. You want to get into some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Enoch, the Book of Enoch has a flying saucer in it. Literally, a flying saucer is in the Book of Enoch. There's a lot of
that built the pyramids of Egypt.
There's a lot of, and by the way, that's why I say I don't trust anybody that's always wanting to go to space. Think about how much interesting stuff is going on right here on Earth. We got a lot of interesting stuff happening right here, you know?
Yeah. And also you got to think about, why did it take us, 15, 20 years to go back to the moon? They said we didn't have the technology to go back to the moon. You mean we got iPhones and all this technology that can find people millions of miles away, but we can't have the technology to build a spaceship to go to the moon again?
And here's
also got to think we are building AI right now, right before our eyes, which virtually can create anything and everything. I mean, you're getting to the point AI can even create music that actually sounds good.
Yeah.
You know, which is a artistic talent.
Yeah. It's, by the way, this is, anybody watch Terminator 2? This is fucking Skynet, dude. We've been here. We've seen this movie. Literally, it was a movie made in 1994. Nobody's paying attention to it. It's crazy the times we live in, guys. And that's why I say, like, the best thing humans can do right now is literally what you guys are doing. Go into the woods, hunt Bigfoot, like reconnect with nature, look at the stars, drink natural
and see,
water.
That's the issue with the modern, per se, humans, or more per se, the modern civilization.
Yes.
They aren't per se exposed to the outside world. They're exposed to the tablets. They're exposed to computers.
Yes.
Day one, you know, they don't know about going out in the woods, you know, building a fort, doing things of that nature, exploring, seeing what is out there.
Dude, when I was in second grade, I would leave the house at Saturday at 7 a.m. on a bike, and I would not return until 8 to 9 at night. And my mom didn't ask once where I was. She was happy I was out of her hair, to be honest. She was happy I was the hell out of the house. I would drink from garden hoses. I would catch crawfish in flash flood dams. I would get in trouble. I would sometimes shoplift. The point was, I was outside doing shit under the great big fucking sky, getting in trouble like a kid should. Fucking imagining shit. Saying,
and it's one of the things, you know, you always heard your parents say, or at least my generation, you be home by the time street lights are off, or by the time you holler, or by the time they holler. You know, you get there, you hear one of them expressions, you know, if you ain't getting there by the time they holler, you know you're in trouble.
That's it. That's it. And by the way, I bet in Appalachia, or you guys don't have to confirm or deny this, but I bet in Appalachia, there's still a bit of a fear that if you don't fucking come when they holler, you might get your ass whooped. You know, you fucking better come when they holler.
Oh, yeah, 100%. You know, if mom, dad hollers, you get there, heck, it don't even matter if you're a minute late, you're getting your butt whooped. It did not matter. You know?
And by the way, I don't even know if
you get there, you're just, you know, you're hell bent on, I got to be there at that time. If not, what the heck's going to happen behind?
Exactly. There's something, I know this is not 2026 approved, but there's something to be said for being scared as hell of your parents, dude. There's something to be said for that.
You know, but on the flip side of it, it's also that respect you have for your parents too, that these kids nowadays don't have that respect.
No, you know what it is? Used to be the parents were spanking the kids if the kids got out of line. These days, the kids just punch their parents in the fucking face if they don't like, you know, if they don't get their, whatever their
Lululemon
pants.
Go put your nose in the corner and sit there and pout about it, you know?
They don't buy them their Fortnite skins, and they just slap their mom in their face. They go, buy me my Fortnite skins.
Yeah, no kidding. You know, if we got there and done things like that to our parents, it was say la vie, you got your butt busted. You know, it didn't matter.
So, okay. So what is going to be a successful, because I get carried away sometimes. You guys have been generous with your time tonight. Wait, let's ask a couple more questions. First, did we figure out, could we DoorDash alcohol? Is that a possibility? Are we able to do that?
Hell no. No, trust me, I done fucking tried.
But, hey, by the way, they say this is a free country. You can't DoorDash booze. What the hell is that?
I don't know.
What's the deal? By the way, what's Tennessee's weed laws? Can you guys smoke weed or not smoke weed in Tennessee?
Medically.
What? Hey, how easy is it?
Medically.
As far as the lead laws go, if I can talk today, they marked it down to a Schedule 3. So, with that being said, it is able for medical research. If you know anything about THCA, you know once it's ignited, it's full form. At that point, it's right there at the point of, per se, recreational use.
Okay.
By
the way, I noticed suddenly when I bring up weed, you're like a pharmacist. You're out of nowhere a pharmacist. That's interesting.
Not even that, just very educated.
Yeah, suddenly out of nowhere, you're a library, sir. Suddenly, I'm just telling you.
But
this is fucking Wikipedia on TV.
But
yeah, the minute I bring up weed, you are a lexicon instantly, sir.
All I gotta say is, with that being said, as far as Tennessee goes, it's considered, or anyways, in the United States under federal law, due to Trump, it's considered as Schedule 3, which allows it for more research.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, Tennessee being in the Bible Belt, we was one of the last states to legalize lottery. So, take that as you will.
But I'm saying, so what I would tell you this, Texas technically has it legal for medical, technically. But it is not that many reasons. You have to basically have epilepsy to get it, you know? So it's hard to get medically. So I'm just asking, in Tennessee, how easy is it to get medically? Is it easy or hard?
Virtually, as far as the medical scale, they're still working on a bill for that. As far as Tennessee goes, you're only able to get what they call THCA, which anybody that knows the back door on THCA, you know.
Hey, you know what? As a fellow Bible, I don't think Tennessee and Texas is the same Bible belt, but we got snake handling churches here too. So I'm just telling you right now, we do squeeze our weed through weird ways. We get our weed still in weird ways.
That is for sure. That is for sure. And with Tennessee, there's a lot of loopholes. That's how they got with the THCA. There's a loophole in the Farm Bill. With that being said, that loophole created said THCA, which if you do research on THCA, all it is basically pre-stage THC. But
hey, by the way, this is the best way to end it. I'm so interested in how to end this conversation with you guys, and I want to do it kind of this way. This is what I'm going to say, like bucket list experience. Okay, bucket list experience. Tell me if you guys are down. I truly find in my Bigfoot hunting, I finally find the Yeti. I find the woolly booger himself somewhere. I don't care where. And I call you guys and I say, guys, I'm in Sedona, Arizona, and you won't believe it. My eyes on the prize right now. I said, I want you to join me in Sedona. And we can't, because we're going to do ethically. We're going to ethically see this thing. We're not going to bother it. But I said, I would like for you guys to do some peyote with me, walk to the top of the mountains in Sedona, and listen to the Bigfoot sing all night long. You guys down for that? Is that a good bucket list adventure? You want to do some peyote and listen to Bigfoot?
I would definitely come, but I'd probably have to pass on the peyote.
We'd get there and see what life entails, per se.
We're going to change Isaac from the cameraman to the chemist.
I tell you what, if he knew this much about Bigfoot as he does all these medical bills, we'd have about 9 million subscribers about right now.
I think, by the way, Isaac should run for Congress, dude. I think he's like got a Tennessee Congress. What are we doing, dude?
I'm thinking the fucking mayor.
Yeah, no shit. No shit. If that was to happen, we'd all be screwed. Let's put it that way. I am very smart when it comes to things like that, but on the flip side, it's like I am still dumb. There's still much to learn.
But that's why you should actually be in charge of stuff, because the people in charge of stuff don't think like that. The people in charge of stuff think we know everything. We need people who say, fuck, dude, I don't know. I don't know. That's what we need, kind of, dude. We kind of need that.
Yeah.
That's why we got Trump for president.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of them things you never know. It's constantly changing. I mean, the environment around us is constantly changing. Every generation that pops out, there's another generation that's there to replace it, you know? And they're constantly changing. In this modern realm, you've got all these activist groups that's, whether they're for purpose,
hey, hold on. Hey, Isaac, hold on 1 second. Hey, Andy.
Yeah.
Does Isaac get on these fucking rants sometimes? Is this something he does?
It could be partaking
every single day.
Because I see in Andy's face. You guys know each other. How long have you guys been friends? All of you guys. How long have you guys
We've
been
been childhood friends. We've been friends probably since we was 7, 8 years old.
I can see it in you, around you guys. I can see around you guys. You guys have history. Because Isaac, when you're going on your bullshit, which let's be honest, you get on your bullshit, and when you're going on it, Andy has heard it all so many times. His literal physical reaction. He did, Isaac, I just want you to see what he did. This is what Andy did when you were going. He went just like this.
You gotta always have that person to keep you in check, but on the flip side, when you end up on the right and or wrong, they're there to help support you either way. And
guys, that's it, dude. That's the thing I love about not just the Bigfoot community as I've been joining it, but when you join any community, when you see groups of people that have common interests and shared tribal thoughts, and you see that love and you see that appreciation, and you see that everybody goes, yeah, fucking Isaac, he knows more about medical marijuana than fucking anybody. Or when fucking Andy tells a story about how he was fucking 8 and literally a fucking Bigfoot almost killed him with a rock. Or fucking Scott fucking talks about fucking probably getting farted on by a Bigfoot and passing out. Like it's those stories and it's that fucking experience. It's like whether you catch the Bigfoot or not, how about the fucking journey, guys? How about the fucking journey for once, right?
Yeah. Speaking of getting hit in the head with a rock, if you go back in the last video, I actually got hit in the forehead with a rock. But back to what you were saying about a bucket list, about what you would like to see. I don't know, more or less. Probably the top 2 things that would get you hooked and want to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it is, one, you hear it. You hear a call, no matter if it's a grunt, a whooping call, what it is. And then the next thing would be a tree knock. A tree knock always gets everybody in the Bigfoot community excited.
So tell me, because Andy, I think you just found the perfect way for us to end our conversation. This is the first time I've encountered the description of a tree knock. Please tell me about a tree knock. I think this is the perfect way to end this. Please tell me about it.
As far as my research and from what I've seen throughout the years and all that, a tree knock is basically a way of communication, saying, hey, I'm here. Because if there's one Bigfoot, there's probably many Bigfoot. There ain't just, especially with a midnight whistler, they like to run in packs. They just ain't one of them. There's always 6, 7 of them running, almost like a pack of coyotes running around.
Yeah.
That's just how they almost communicate, saying, hey, I'm over here, or don't really know the language of it, but I just know from what I could research. I'll have to get the chemist over here to research it some more. But exactly, what it's saying to other Bigfoots. I don't know if it's saying, "Hey, I'm here. This is our territory." But basically, all it is they pick up a stick, a log, whatever it might be, and smack the tree.
Wow. Well, I tell you this. I hope when I go to Falk next month and I hunt it, if I just get a tree knock, I think, Andy, I will be with you. And I think I might soon myself be a son of a bitch Bigfoot addict, dude. I might be an addict, dude. So, gentlemen, I can tell the friendship, I can tell the love, I can tell the excitement, I can tell that the life continues. I can tell that as long as there's Andy and Scott and Isaac in the hills of the Appalachians, that at least there are going to be some fucking good people there. At least three. So keep doing what you guys do. Love you guys. Thank you for the night. Thank you for your time tonight.
One more thing, if y'all don't care. We actually have a huge video coming out in about 2 weeks. We'll go into...
Yes, promote. Yes, promote your thing. Yes.
The new video will be out Sunday. It'll be a local area called the Blue Ridge Mountains. We will be going after a Bigfoot that actually can shapeshift into different animals.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And then May 9th, we will be May 8th, we will be going to Norton Creek Trail down in Gatlinburg. And we will actually
Skybridge. That's the hell of the Skybridge there. Yeah.
Yeah, we will actually be going after the Spearfinger for 2 days.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Appalachian Bigfoot Hunters. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night.
See you, Ralph.
Appreciate the
Thank you.
conversation. Like, follow, and subscribe, guys.
Check them out.
Good do.
Ralph, technical difficulties much, dude?
Maybe so, yeah.
Ralph, at this point, you got to figure it out, okay? I'm just being honest with you. We got to figure that part out. But, Ralph, how cool were those guys, Ralph? How cool were those guys?
They're pretty cool.
Dude, every time we talk to these Bigfoot people, like, they're cool people. Ralph, it's what, anytime you encounter any niche group of people, any niche group in any subsect of anything, they're always interesting. They're always passionate. They always can talk forever about and yet you see the same archetypes every time, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. You probably meet him at a convention or something pretty soon.
Hey, dude, we're getting neat. Ralph, you ever think you'd been this deep in the Bigfoot community? You ever think you'd be doing the Bigfoot stuff?
Oh, no, I'm deep in it. Yeah, we had the same setup as we did with the mayor, the same setup we had with, you and Serial, but I don't know.
Well, don't worry about it. Ralph, don't worry about it. Ralph, I love you, brother.
All right. Later on.
We'll do it again soon, man.
We'll do it again.
All right. Bye.
Later, bye. All right. That was Radio Ralph and Friends with the Appalachian Bigfoot hunters before they go on their big next hunt. So be sure and follow Appalachian Bigfoot Hunters on YouTube, Facebook, and their social media. And we will continue to quest for Bigfoot and continue on this path. So until next time on another edition of Radio Ralph and Friends, I am Radio Ralph for Radio Ralph and Friends.
Once upon a time, not that long ago, everyone would gather round their transistor radios. There were zoo crews and shock jocks and boss jocks and breaks. There were callers and prizes, people with weird names. But that time, it has faded. Now there's podcasting wars. Every ad is for dick pills, big pharma, and porn. Even now, there are days when all you need is a laugh. Thank God there's one DJ left. He's Radio Ralph. Now the red light is on, so just tune on in. Welcome to the show with Radio Ralph and his friends. Once upon a time,